Hello, this is Dr. Mears, and today we are going to be learning about the cosine rule. We do have what's called the sine rule, so if you haven't watched that video, you can watch that video as well. The cosine rule is like the sine rule, where the cosine rule is another way to help us find side lengths and angles of non-right triangles. Super yay! According to our Oxford textbook, and that's the textbook that I've been using, the cosine rule to find a side are as follows. We have three different ones. This is a lot. A squared equals b squared plus c squared minus 2bc times cosine A, okay, well, now there's three others to find an angle measurement, where we start off with cosine A equals b squared plus c squared minus a squared, all divided by 2bc. You do not have to remember all of these. It's too much. Am I right? So let me break it down for you. You only need one. The only one that I'm going to use is this first one. So let's look at two examples. One example to find a side, a missing side, and one example to find a missing angle. Okay, first, let's find the missing side. Let's look at this triangle. We have A, B, C. We have side BA, 17.9, and we have side CA, 14.7. Here's our angle A. Across from it, this is what they want us to find. They said find side BC, so here we go. So we need that side length. I'm going to write down that very first formula. Oops, don't write. This is supposed to be B, everybody. Tried to catch myself before you write it. Cosine A. Okay, what you have to remember is the small letters are sides. Side A. The large letter are angles. A, angle A, angle A. With this formula, if you remember that side on this side of the equal sign, all by itself squared, this side, and this angle, the only angle that's in this formula, are opposite each other. If you remember that, it doesn't matter what the letters are, as long as this angle and this side are opposite. This angle and this side are opposite. So now let's substitute everything in. We have A squared. That's A, okay. Now we could pick either one for B, doesn't matter. Either one. I like to pick the smaller one for B. That's just my thing I like to do. So 14.7 squared plus 17.9 squared minus 2 times 14.7 times 17.9 times cosine, right? Here's side A, here's the opposite, 62 degrees. Okay, so again, these could have been switched, it's fine. Those could have been switched. The answer is going to come out the same. It matters that it's the side and the angle that's opposite. Side and the angle that's opposite. And there we go. You don't have to remember all the other formulas, I promise you. So now in our calculator, if you notice, we have no variables. We can just put this in, everybody. We don't have to do it by steps. We can just simply put in our calculator. So let's do that. So we have A squared equals, bring our calculator over, 14.7 squared plus 17.9 squared minus 2 times 14.7 times 17.9 times cosine of 62. Now, when you do this, I am going to say, go scroll back over to the beginning, because this is a lot of numbers, and I don't want anybody making a little mistake in a decimal. So let's just check our work. 14.7 squared, got it, plus 17.9 squared, perfect, minus 2 times 14.7 times 17.9 times cosine of 62. Let's press enter. We got 289.4. Now, that's not our answer because it's squared. So we have to undo a square. How do we undo a square? Take the square root. That will cross it out and we'll get what side A is. Could we have taken the square root all in one step? Yes, everybody. Yes, you can. But I wanted to point this step out to you where you do have to take the square root. Whether you want to do it first or in that second step, it's fine either way. And I'm going to show you a little shortcut here because some people want to bring down all of these decimals. So first, let's get the square root. So second square root. Okay, if you want to bring this exact answer down, what you do is you press the blue key, the second key, and then if you notice down here where the negative sign is, above it says answer. If you press that button, it will bring your whole answer down for you. So it's going to take the square root of that whole long decimal. So you don't have to write it in. Then we can press enter. We get 17.0. Let's write that down. And that's in centimeters. So side A is 17.0 centimeters. Yay. And that's how you find a side. Remembering there is a formula, but if you can remember that this side and this angle are always going to be opposite, no matter what, it doesn't matter what the letters are, everybody. Okay? That's opposite each other. Once you found that, this formula works. All right, let's find an angle A. Now, I know you have other formulas to find angle A. I am just going to use R1. This is it. If you want to go back and use that formula, that's fine. But I like always remembering that we have the side and the angle opposite because everything else falls into place. So I'm going to use this one again. Write it down. A squared equals B squared plus C squared minus 2BC cosine A. So are there other ways to do this? Yes, you can go back and use those other formulas. It's fine. But again, I like one. So that's just my thing. I'm sure there's other videos where you could go back and they will use the other ones. All right, number 2, find angle A. So let's locate angle A. We have a triangle ABC. Here's angle A. Here's our theta. So across from this is going to be side A. That's this right here. So I know this is going to be 18 squared. I used it. That's it. I'm actually going to cross it out so I don't confuse myself. So I use this, okay. And I know over here it's going to be theta. The other two sides are my B and C. Does it matter which one? No. I like to start with the smaller one, so I'm going to start with 21 squared plus 27 squared minus 2 times 21 times 27 times cosine of, yes, theta, right? So my 18 and my theta are across from each other. Everything else falls into place. Here's the solving part. So take your time with this. If you have to go back and rewatch it again, you're going to be solving the same way every time. Okay, so what I like to do first is I like to do my square and combine my terms. Okay, so this is the first thing I like to do, 18 squared. And that's going to give us 324. Okay, now the next two operations are, which I'm going to actually do in one, are these two. So I'm going to do 21 squared plus 27 squared. Can you always do it like that? Yes, you can always do it like that. So let's press enter. So 1170 minus. Okay, the next one I'm going to do is I'm going to multiply all of these. I can't combine these yet because of this cosine theta. These are not able to be combined. That's why I did this first, I did this second, I'm doing this third. Okay, everybody? So 2 times 21 times 27. 1134. 1134 cosine theta. Now I need you to look at this as a problem, let's pretend this is x for now. So it would just be 324 equals 1170 minus 1134, then you have a variable. So pretend that's a variable. What would you do first? Right, you would subtract this. So just like you're solving a two-step equation. So 324 minus 1170, negative 846. It's okay with the negatives. We're actually going to be learning about negatives and angles and all of that. I'm going to bring down my negative 1134, and now this is times. That is times cosine C. This number is being multiplied by cosine, it's not C, cosine theta, sorry, buddy. So since it's being multiplied, we are going to divide it by both sides. Hopefully this is becoming less intimidating, and you're realizing that we've done these steps many times. So negative 846, if you just press the division symbol, it comes down. Negative 1134 I get 0.7, I'm going to go 46 equals cosine of theta. And now to solve for an angle measurement, that's right, to solve for theta, I have to do the inverse so that I could get inside the triangle. So I'm going to do the inverse of the answer that I have here. And on my calculator, I'm just going to press second cosine. That gets us to the inverse. And yes, I'm going to bring my answer down. So I'm going to use that second with the little negative to bring my answer down. I like using all my decimals, but I just don't like typing them in again. And so that is going to get me to 41 point, let's round to 8. So theta equals 41.8 degrees. Because I did the inverse, it's now a angle measurement. So if we go back to our triangle, this angle measurement is 41.8 degrees. It's inside the triangle. And let me just show you all my work here. Inside the triangle. And that's how you go about solving. You line up your side and your angle, You do a little simplifying, first, second, and third, and then you solve your two-step equation. Minus to cross it out, got that. Divide to cross it out, got that. And then we take the inverse so we can get inside the triangle, and here's my angle measurement. Okay, this has been the law of cosine. Yes, there are other formulas which stem from this same one. Think of this as our original one. So they all come from an original formula. I like to use just one formula because I like just to remember that these two are going to be opposite. Side is opposite the angle. I hope it helped. Good luck solving your triangles and finding sides and angles.